You're at 35,000 feet. The earth below has become a watercolor, painting blue, brown, and white smears that stopped feeling real 30 minutes ago. No turbulence. No engine roar that reaches your ears anymore. Just the soft glow of the hut, the quiet hum of life support, and the absolute knowledge that right now, in this moment, nobody on the planet knows exactly where you are. That's the entire point. Level 1. The fighter pilot. You're flying the F-35, a Lightning II. The most connected, most lethal, multi-role fighter ever built. You didn't just climb into this cockpit yesterday. You survived for years at a service academy, survived the brutal gauntlet of undergraduate pilot training, where they washed out half your class, then 3 more years in the F-35 schoolhouse before they ever let you fly solo in combat. Configuration. Tonight, you're on a sovereignty patrol over contested waters. Your jet is a ghost. You see them before they exist to each other. When the merge happens, your hands move on instinct. Lock, Fox 3. The AMRAAM leaves the rail, and you're already turning. Already thinking 3 moves ahead. There is no celebration. Just a quiet splash call. Then the long ride home, knowing the debrief tomorrow will be merciless. 3 things you did wrong. 1 thing you did right. Tomorrow, you fix them. That's the culture. Quiet professionals who treat every flight like it's the one that will keep your wingman alive. Level 2. The strategic bomber pilot. 11 hours in the air. 14 more to go. You're in the left seat of a B-2 Spirit, callsign Bones. Only 20 of these aircraft ever existed. You're flying one of them tonight. Your co-pilot and you have been trading legs every 2 hours, so neither of you fades. The mission is global strike, deep into denied airspace on the other side of the planet. The aircraft is so stealthy that from the ground it looks smaller than a seagull on radar. You carry enough firepower to end a war in a single night, yet the cockpit is almost silent. Just the soft click of switches, the hiss of oxygen, and the endless black outside. This isn't glory. This is responsibility measured in billions of dollars and millions of lives. When the weapons bay doors open for 30 seconds over the target, the entire world could change. Then they close again, and you turn for home. No victory roll, 17 more hours of sky, a cold crew meal, and the quiet knowledge that you were trusted with something most people will never understand. Level 3. The close air support pilot. The call comes at 0317. Friendly troops pinned down in a narrow wadi. Enemy machine guns 150 meters away. You roll in, hot, in the A-10C, Thunderbolt, Tootha, Warthogly, slow, and more loved by ground pounders than any other jet in history. You come in at 200 feet and 300 knots, the GAU-8 Avenger cannon thundering under the nose. The sound reaches the troops on the ground before the bullets do. Brass rains like metallic hail. 1 pass. 2. The enemy fire stops. The controller on the ground gives you the good effects call, and you can hear the relief in his voice. The Hog was built around that 30mm gun in the 1970s, and they've been trying to retire it ever since. It refuses to die. Because it still does the one thing nothing else does as well: show up when the infantry is bleeding and bring hell with it. You'll orbit for another hour in case they need you again. That's the deal you signed up for. Level 4. The Carrier Aviator. The flight deck of the USS Gerald R. Ford is pitching 12 feet in heavy seas. It's 0200 illumination. You're flying the FA-18E Super Hornet on final approach at 145 knots. From the cockpit, the carrier looks like a postage stamp floating in ink. You trap the 3-wire in a perfect, controlled crash. The jet slams from 145 knots to 0 in under 2 seconds. Your spine compresses. The deck crew swarms you. Another night landing done. Another grade in your logbook. You earned this seat through the Navy's most demanding pipeline, primary, advanced, fleet replacement squadron, then the boat. Every single landing is graded. Every bolter, every lineup deviation, every power call is recorded for your entire career. Perfection isn't the goal. Getting better every single night is. Tomorrow, you'll do it again in daylight, then again at dusk, then again at midnight. Because the fight doesn't wait for good weather. Level 5. The Attack Helicopter Pilot. Your nap of Earth at 80 feet and 140 knots in the AH-64E Apache Guardian. Your gunner in the front seat is locked into the helmet-mounted display. Eyes scanning, cannon slaved to his head movements. You're supporting a special operations team that just got hit hard in a mountain pass. Targets appear faster than briefed. You ripple 70mm rockets, then walk the 30mm chain gun across enemy positions. While your gunner talks you onto Hellfire targets 8 kilometers out. The enemy never sees where death comes from. 2 years flying together has made your crew a single organism. Words are rare. Understanding is total. When the team is safely extracted, your gunner gives one slow nod. That's enough. That's the debrief for now. Level 6. The Heavy Transport Pilot. You're commanding a C-17 Globemaster III with 82 paratroopers from the 82nd Airborne, and for mine-resistant vehicles in the back. The drop zone is a tiny clearing in contested territory at 800 feet and 140 knots, in turbulence that would cancel a civilian flight. Green light. The ramp opens. 82 soldiers exit in 11 seconds. The aircraft jumps upward as the weight leaves. Your navigator calls time over target plus 4 seconds. That's as perfect as it gets. Nobody makes blockbuster movies about strategic airlift, but without you, nothing else moves. No fighters forward, no special operators inserted, no disaster relief delivered when roads are gone. You are the invisible backbone. Level 7. The Combat Search and Rescue Pilot. The call is CSA, our downed airmen, hostile territory. You're in the HH-60W Jolly Green 2. Your crew is already moving with lethal calm. You fly not forth through contested mountains at night, terrain following radar, painting the rocks 10 feet below your wheels. The PJs fast rope into a hot LZ while you orbit in a hover that feels like balancing on a ball in a hurricane. Gunfire cracks nearby. Your countermeasures spit flares. 7 minutes later, the PJs call all souls aboard. The wounded pilot is stabilized in the back. You turn 4 friendly lines, knowing you just flew into the same threat that already shot someone down. That's the mission. That others may live isn't a slogan. It's a contract. Level 8. The remotely piloted aircraft pilot. You're sitting in a climate-controlled ground control station in Nevada. The MQ-9 Reaper you're flying is 8,000 miles away over the Middle East. You've been orbiting the same compound for 9 days. The target has been positively identified. All authorities are confirmed. You execute. 2 Hellfires leave the rails. You watch the impact in real time, then stay on station for battle damage assessment. Later, you'll drive home through rush hour traffic, kiss your kids goodnight, and carry the weight that distance doesn't actually erase. The Air Force has entire programs to help you process it. The ones who last are the ones who refuse to pretend it's just a video game. Level 9. The test pilot. Edwards Air Force Base. You're strapped into an F-35B, testing a new flight control software load. At Mach 1.6 and 9.2 gigaseconds with asymmetric stores. One wrong line of code, and the jet could depart controlled flight at any second. You fly the precise test card maneuver after maneuver while telemetry streams back to the engineers. You are calm because you've spent years turning danger into data. When the flight is over, you spend 4 hours in the debrief telling the engineers exactly what the aircraft felt like in their hands. Tomorrow, another test pilot will take the next step. Eventually, the entire fleet will be safer and more capable because of what you just risked. Chuck Yeager, the explains. The F-22. The B, to every major leap in military aviation, flew through the hands of test pilots first.